Onda Magazine presenta.
¿Qué onda, Houston? Today we're joined by emergency medical specialist and the event coordinator from Aether Health, and they're here to talk to us about an important day that's happening on Monday, June 30th, and that is PTSD Screening Day. It's a free event, and to talk and shed light on that topic on PTSD, we have registered nurse and CEO of Aether Health, Hamza Amro, and the lead organizer behind this campaign, that is Brandy Garza right here. So thank you so much. And I'm going to start with you, Hamza, because we want to know what PTSD is exactly and how it shows up in the everyday lives of those people who may not even know that they have it.
So this month is actually very important because PTSD, it affects everybody's post-traumatic stress disorder, and it affects first responders, veterans, anybody that is experiencing or has experienced some sort of trauma. So it can happen to adolescents to elderly. So the big thing about this is screening. And screening is like one of the most important things because catching it early or identifying it early really opens more doors up to better outcomes with mental health services. So it goes a long way, especially if it's recognized.
Awesome. You talked about early screening, the importance of that. For those people wondering who should come to this PTSD screening day that's happening, what would you say to them?
So most commonly people relate like PTSD to like veterans and first responders. However, everybody should come. Everybody should come because the symptoms vary from emotional numbness to, night terrors, anxiety. It affects, interpersonal relationships at work or at home with your kids. And most people don't realize that they have it. So, if nobody's ever been screened, you don't know you got it, right? So, these are things that will take the first step for people to adjust, their lifestyle and their way of living, and it's, for the better, right? If we recognize that, oh man, this is happening with me, these are symptoms that I can relate to, then you can take the proper steps, with so many different services, outpatient, inpatient, whatever is needed, to take those anxieties away and those symptoms away, hopefully, and make it more manageable.
Thank you, and I just want to add that this screening day is happening at all three of Aether Health's locations. And I did wanted to ask you, Hamza, because you're a specialist, and I wanted to ask you, for those wondering what the screening process is like, if they're a little bit nervous, is it pretty simple? What can they expect?
We're making it as simple as possible. They'll whoever comes, they'll come, sit down. We have a solid questionnaire. We'll ask basic screening questions, and then depending on score, we'll give resources to try to tailor to your needs. And it's just good to have, and we'll just educate there. It won't take too much time out of your day, so you can be real in and out. And then if you have further questions and stuff like that, we can schedule appointments with resources, and we can actually help you get more resources and more appointments and all that scheduled out while you're there. And if you don't have time, we can always get your contact information, and we'll go, the screening doesn't just end on that day. We're gonna go, if you have time the next day or next week, we'll get together and we'll help, facilitate, the needs that you need. So it shouldn't be scary. It really isn't. I recommend everybody taking these surveys and screening tools. They're commonly used in a lot of mental health services, and it's really underutilized. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you so much. And I know we have here a partner of Aether Health, Crystal. I want to see if you want to introduce yourself to us and talk a little bit about
Yes,
this important mission today.
absolutely. So my name is Crystal Ferrero. I work for West Park Springs Behavioral Health Hospital. Our hospital, we specialize in mental health. We specialize in detox and addiction recovery, and we're honored to support the important initiative alongside Aether Health.
Why is this screening day so important to the community?
So this event is going to remove some barriers. It's free, it's local, it's stigma-free. People can take the first step towards understanding what they're feeling without pressure or fear. It's a proactive, compassionate approach to mental health that aligns perfectly with West Park Springs' mission.
Awesome. For those people who might see some signs, which are the signs that you think they should be looking out for and that they should consider getting screened for PTSD?
Okay, so some signs would be intrusive memories, irritability, a lot of, piggybacking off of what, he said, emotional numbness, avoiding places or people. If someone just generally feels off for the prolonged period of a traumatic experience, a screening can be empowering. It could be the first move.
Why did West Park Springs choose to partner with Aether Health for this event?
Because both of our organizations care deeply about the community's wellness. Aether Health provides trusted, high-quality emergency care, and West Park Springs offers behavioral health services that help people feel healed long-term. By working together, we're making sure more people get the full spectrum.
Awesome, thank you. And for those people who are hesitant, what would you say to encourage them to participate?
Just show up. We're here to support the community, not to judge or pressure you. PTSD is nothing to be ashamed of. Taking 5 minutes today could be the start of something life-changing.
Awesome, and before you talk to us a little bit about the stigma, what do you want to say to the community about that? How can we help reduce that so that we can, help more people?
Absolutely. So talk about it, normalize therapy, support people without making them feel broken. Mental health is part overall health. The more we speak up and show support, the more healing we'll see in the neighborhoods, workplaces, and etc.
Awesome. Anything you want to add to close out?
We at West Park Springs are proud to part with Aether Health PTSD Screening Day. It's more than a screening, it's a statement that mental health matters. If you're struggling, we're here for you.
Thank you so much, Crystal.
Thank you for having me.
That was amazing. And I know, Brandy, you're the lead organizer behind this campaign. And I wanted to ask you more about the details about this event. Where is it taking place? When?
Yeah, so it is going to be on Monday, June 30th, at all three of our locations: Kingwood ER, Silver Lake ER, which is Pearland, and Spring Cypress ER. This is PTSD Awareness Month, and PTSD Awareness Day is actually tomorrow. So it lines up raising awareness, bringing people in, doing our part for the community. And we just, want to have everybody come out. It's from 9 to 5. So your lunch break, come see us. Before work, after work, we'll be here.
Awesome. That's really amazing that you're doing that. It's a free event. I want to highlight that's amazing.
Yes.
Why did Aether Health feel that this was needed in the community?
Houston is very diverse. We have a large population of veterans, first responders, trauma survivors, and also what people might not connect with PTSD. How's the weather here? It's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
We got flooding, we've got snow.
Yeah.
If you are out on the roads and, you got trapped in the waters, or maybe one of these crazy wind events, damaged your home, that's scary. And so every time a storm comes, what if this happens again? And it could be a variety of things. What could be considered trauma to one person may not be the other. So I would say, what do you have to lose? It's a free event, doesn't take more than 15 minutes, and you'll actually get some answers as to, okay, this could be a possibility. Let me look more into it.
Awesome. And you talked about community. I feel like, in my personal opinion, I feel like if you go with a friend, even if you just tell them about the events, you never know if your friend is dealing with PTSD. So if the fact that you go together, I feel like that helps a lot.
Exactly. Bring a friend, look, you never know what somebody's
Yeah.
going through, struggling with, and you have a support buddy, the more the merrier.
Yes. Yeah, you said it so well. And I do wanted to ask about Aether Health. What makes it uniquely positioned to host an event like this?
So our unique position is, of course, we're an emergency room, and that's what we do. We treat injuries, right? Most of the time, it's physical. However, mental health is, like Crystal said, is still health, and we're an emergency room. Plus, we are connected, partnered with so many resources to make that connection that we want to do our part for a healthy Houston.
Thank you, Brandy. And before you close out, I did wanted to bring an opinion from a veteran, Cruz. Thank you so much for being here with us. And as a veteran, how do you feel about resources like this that Aether Health is putting out? Why is PTSD screening something that you would encourage somebody to do?
This is critical. This is mission critical. What I mean by that is Texas has the largest amount of veterans, right? What Aether Health is doing is absolutely phenomenal, right? They're bringing awareness, they're bringing a campaign. I have lost many friends to PTSD coming back from multiple deployments. You don't see it, but it is a silent killer, and it's something you have to live with. But knowing that Aether Health is here in our corner, backing us up and giving us the resources. As a veteran, when you get out, right, you're so used to a tight community, who you serve with. When you get out, you're alone. That transition, year one, is literally the hardest year. That transition, trying to adapt to the civilian community, it's very difficult, and the resources are far and in between. Aether Health just gave us exactly what we needed in terms of finding what we needed and help. So I really thank them for that. But mental health is critical. Like it's very important.
Thank you, Cruz. That means a lot. It's great to hear community opinion about this. And Brandy, I want to bring you back to the conversation. Who is at most risk here for PTSD? I know you said that it can affect everybody, but are there certain people most at risk?
Definitely. Of course, veterans, first responders, victims of crime in general. So family violence, whether aggravated robbery, if they witnessed a murder even. And Houston's a big city. We're the 4th largest in the nation. So you can throw a stone and hit somebody that fits into one of those categories.
Definitely there. A lot of the community has experienced some form of violence. There's even in specific areas of Houston, we know that there's historically no for crime. So it's great because I didn't know about that. The violence and PTSD it can be related, even things like family violence. So thank you so much. Mm-hmm. And lastly, I wanted to ask you, for those people who do come to the screening, can they expect any follow-up services after the screening?
Yes, of course. So we'll do the assessment. Just keep in mind this is not a formal diagnosis. This is a screening to let you know you might want to check out, look more into it, explore options, get more answers, and see somebody for a formal diagnosis. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And remember, this important free event is happening on Monday, June 30th. PTSD screening. Be sure to tell a friend, share with somebody that you love, because if it's either for yourself or for someone you love, this is very important. So spread the word and know that the team here at Aether Health is here for you, even partners, such as we've seen with Crystal. There's a whole team, and I just want to thank all of you for taking the time to bring awareness and healing to our Houston community. And thank you so much for your opinion, your personal statement. And so remember, Monday, June 30th, PTSD screening day. It's free, and know that you're not alone.
And also, I just want to add, if you are on a tight schedule, you can go to Eventbrite, and there's a link if you would like to secure an appointment time. find it on Eventbrite. We'll also share the links and QR codes. Each location has their own post on Eventbrite. So find the locations nearest to you and, schedule that appointment.
Awesome, thank you, Brandon.
Yeah,
I did
of
not know
course.
that. Yeah. So yeah, events 9 to 5, Monday, June 30th. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
¿Qué Onda Magazine presentó